Hi guys, it's Anthony back once again with another video for Rugby League. This time it's not North American Rugby League, it's not focused on the main brand of male and female sports athletes in Rugby League. But before I go into that, please like and subscribe the video. Also click that notification bell so that you can keep up to date with everything that I release on my YouTube channel. So as I was saying, this is not a normal Rugby League video. It is Rugby League in a sort, but it's not the mainstream. Men's, women's, elite sports, not even amateur really. It is Physical Disabled Rugby League, the PDRL is what we're looking at today. A little bit of history involved in that. It was formed in Australia in 2010 and has been competed by 4 sides in Australia and 6 sides in the UK. And that's what the current level is of teams. It may get more teams involved in both sides when it comes around again. So what is Physical Disability Rugby League? Well, it's a 9-a-side style of normal rugby league. It is for inclusivity, to bring those players who have been told that they can't play rugby league, or people that have been told that they can't do any team sports at all due to their circumstances in life. And it is to prove that we are an inclusive sport. Why leave these people behind? It's not fair. If they want to play rugby league, let them play rugby league. So that's what the philosophy seems to be with the Physical Disability Rugby League. So it's a mixture of full contact and touch rugby league. What I mean by that is that it's a 9-a-side game with 7 disabled players playing and also 2 able-bodied players. Those 2 able-bodied players, first of all, cannot kick the ball, cannot score, and cannot move more than 10 metres with the ball. They must include the people that are physically disabled. As I mentioned, it's a full contact sport, which means that the able-bodied players will predominantly be doing the tackling. And the 7 disabled players consist of 5 that do the full contact as well, get involved in the tackling and everything like that, and 2 that do touch rugby. These are the people that have born with brain injuries, or have traumatic brain injuries, or of a physical disability that doesn't allow them to take the contact. They're usually symbolised by red shorts. But they're playing in the team's shirt, but the red shorts means that they get they're touch rugby players. This is all due to the different levels of disability out there. The games last for 25 minutes and a half, with no drop goals and no scrums. There are lots of teams that play in this sport, 4 in Australia, which are the Sydney City Rabbitohs, the Sydney Roosters, Manly Seagulls and the Newtown Jets. While in the UK we have Warrington Wolves, Wigan Warriors, Wakefield Trinity, Leeds Rhinos, Castleford and St Helens. I'm bringing this up because there has been an announcement that the first ever Rugby League PDRL World Cup happens in Warrington on the 1st of November 2021, and it's a 5-team tournament. The event will culminate with a final at the Halliwell Jones Stadium ahead of the France versus Samoa game in the final Group A match on the 7th of November 2021. The PDRL event was originally planned under the banner of a Festival of World Cups, which was due to take place in the summer of 2021, but the festival was recently postponed because of the impact of COVID-19. uh, Rugby League World Cup have today, 28th of October 2020, announced delivering the PDRL World Cup as a part of the wider programme of the tournament, adding to the commitments of being the most inclusive World Cup ever. The World Cup in the UK consists of the men's and the women's World Cups happening at the same time, as well as the PDRL Rugby League and also Wheelchair Rugby League, which there are a few games down in London because of that. Leeds are big proponents of that. What we're focusing in on today is the Physical Disability Rugby League. It comprises of 5 nations who take up part in a mini tournament format. The teams are England, New Zealand, Australia, Scotland, Wales, and they're all going to compete for the first ever title. Imagine that. The first team to win will be the first team. You're playing in the first team that won the first Rugby League PDRL World Cup. Rugby League World Cup 2021 Chief Executive John Dutton said, "We are delighted that we can deliver the first ever PDRL World Cup alongside the men's, women's and wheelchairs competition in what will be the biggest, best and importantly most inclusive Rugby League World Cup in history." The action will be intense in the final stage before the France Samoa game, ensures not only a big crowd but a fitting finale to the tournament. Although we are sad that the Festival of World Cups has understandably been postponed, we are proud that we can stage the PDRL World Cup. So there is a lot more comments from Stephen Broomhead, MBE, Professor Stephen Broomhead, MBE of Warrington Borough Council, Chief Executive and Vice Chair of the Warrington Wolves, for being proud of hosting the event at the Hallowell Jones Stadium. Ever since 2019, when I watched Adam Hills, the comedian, Australian comedian, joined the Warrington Wolves PDRL team and filmed a documentary about that experience, which I won't do any spoilers, I'll stop myself there, but there is some ups and downs and a surprise Hollywood appearance in there, being involved in the actual sport, and also that Hollywood movie star actually did something which meant a lot to Adam Hills, but shows his support for the format as a whole. If you're able to watch that documentary, it's called Take His Legs, which got quite a few laughs during the filming. Please do so, and if you have watched it before, no spoilers, but tell me how great it was, because it deserves a recognition and it won awards. It's that good. Rugby League, physical disabilities, and also a documentary, hour-long documentary. I want to congratulate Channel 4 for having Night sewn up with showing that. I know Adam has his qualms with Channel 4 sometimes when it comes to that documentary, but they'll let him do the Last Legs TV show, which which has a few little spoilers in that from one of his castmates, Alex Brooker, being involved in the actual Leeds side and during one of the first games that they played. It's a great documentary. I do recommend going and watching it. It is fantastic. If you're able to watch it, that is. It may not be available in your area. I think it's available in Australia and also the UK. It's still on Channel 4, I've checked recently and watched it recently, to be fair. But yes, support the guys. Support the guys. If you're going to the Rugby League World Cup, go early. Watch the game. Watch the Physical Disability Rugby League. Donate if you can. Anything to create this foundation. All these foundations that run these teams, to make them worthwhile and so that they're able to continue. I know that the Warrington Wolves Foundation Community Trust runs theirs, and so does Wigan. I know Salford do a learning difficulties team, which a couple of years back had their bust nicks, so, and they couldn't make it to. It was also a curtain raiser at Anfield for the Magic Weekend. So, or an England game, I can't remember, but they weren't able to get to that event for the learning difficulties team. It was a shame. Anyway, that's my video today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Remember, our race to 100 still goes ahead, so share the word. Get to 100. You could be, no matter who is in that 100, if you've been there from the beginning, clicked on to make it, you're the 100th. It doesn't matter. You're going in the draw for the merchandise. It'll be all over Twitter. You'll be able to see what the shirts that you'll be getting, the t-shirts that you'll be getting, and yes, like, subscribe, notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.